So I was actually part of one of those mergers that happened with Biddle. I'm based in Chicago. Drinker's headquartered here in Philadelphia. So what we ended up having to combine two different library catalogs. Gardner happened to be using InMagic, so we kind of, and InMagic wasn't part of the Lucidia family. Lucidia didn't exist yet. It wasn't part of the Sydney family at that point, but Biddle was using Sydney, Sydney Plus. So we moved on to that platform. And for a few years, our catalog was purely that, just a books catalog. But as time went on and space decreased for the print collection, we started adding links to the catalog and using it to supplement our print collection. So if we lost a book in print, we kept the book in the catalog, but then included the link to the electronic content, whether it was on a third-party database or a website. A lot of the government publications that we used to get in print, we could then link to the government websites. So what we're trying to do is provide one-stop shopping for our attorneys when they're looking for a particular item. In reducing the print to us did not mean reducing content. We needed to keep most of those titles were still needed. So when we could, we provide electronic content, and if not, we've kept the print available to people. Very recently, we've started offering ebooks, very recently, this year. So we're still waiting to find out how that goes over, but we're trying to reduce the number of office copies that we get with 11 offices and librarians in only 4 of those offices. Distributing the office copies can become a kind of a big time requirement for us, getting updates every year and getting them out. And a lot of times, as people probably know, when you bring back those print copies from the year before, they haven't even been opened. So what we're really hoping to do is the people who really need that stuff will be able to access it via ebook. They can check it out, take it with them wherever they need it. All of our attorneys now have laptops, so they're all mobile, and they can put the books right on their laptops and take them with them anywhere they need to go. As I was saying, we have cataloged all of our resources in Sydney Enterprise, so including our electronic databases. So if somebody looks for, say, CCH and Teleconnect, there's a link in the library catalog. If they look for content that's included in that database, they'll find a link to it in the catalog. So they'll take them out there. We're trying to provide many points of access to all that print content that's now moved electronic, so they can get it on their laptop. Some print is still available in the offices. They can get access to it on their smartphones, on their iPads, wherever they may be. We have mobile access to that data.
So Katrina, what you're saying is kind of the whole push that we've seen almost everywhere. Just go web, go virtual. Mm-hmm. You have geographic dispersion. You have people all over the place. That's just a huge, huge push for you and critical.
Yes, and of course in all those offices, the space has become so valuable that having a central library isn't really feasible anymore. So we're spread out as far as the print content goes. There's still some print in each office, so we haven't gotten rid of it completely, and I don't know if we will for a very long time. But definitely we're trying to duplicate a lot of it online so that people can access it from wherever they are. Other things that we're doing, because we need to keep, it's always, a law firm is a for-profit business. We need to make sure that the library keeps getting funded. So the Biddle research librarians are providing a lot of content, above and beyond just books and online resources. We provide in-depth client intelligence. There's an ongoing effort by our managing partner right now to visit I think just about all of our clients. I mean, he's visited about 100 so far in the past couple of years. For every one of those client visits, our librarians have created a profile of that client, an in-depth summary of everything about them. We're working very closely with the marketing and business development departments, so we work closely with them, getting these things ready and packaged and given to the managing partner, making sure that they know that what we're doing, it's not just looking up things in books. And we also, so we work closely with marketing business development. I work closely with our IS department. We've even been involved in some of testing rollouts of new products, stuff that isn't even involved with the library, but we'll be involved in test groups for that so that IS knows that we're not just there asking them to do things, we can help them too. We create a lot of things, not just for the partners. We have tips and tricks that we put out on our library portal page, things as how to create a 50-state survey, which has certainly changed over the years, how you might do that, to in-depth training sessions for the attorneys on researching judges or doing legislative histories. One of our research librarians also conducts a class called Google for Lawyers. So, though we kind of cringe when people are going to try and do legal research via Google, there are some things they can do with that, and we try and show them the best way to use that service. Let's see, what else do we do? We do so as we're keeping our name out there in front of the attorneys so that they know what's going on. And then as far as justifying all those electronic resources that we're purchasing, we use an electronic resource management program in order to keep track of our usage. A benefit to that is that it also keeps track of usernames and passwords for the attorneys. So at least once a day, I'll get a call from somebody who says, what's my password for Westlaw? And we can now look that up for them. As long as they've filled in that little template at least once, we can figure that out for them. And it's saved. If they have to get a new computer or their cookies get erased, all that is stored, their usernames are stored on a separate server that's internal to the firm, so it's safe. So they don't need to lose those usernames and passwords. We can print out a list of them for them. They can take it home with them if they want. So that's been a really useful thing, and finding those usage reports so we know if people are using things that we're purchasing or not. And if they're not using them, that's something else to save money on the next year. So that's pretty much what we're doing.
Well,